Hey guys, how you going? And today I'm going to talk to you about why Robbie Fowler will be a good manager at the Brisbane Roar. So he's just been signed at the Brisbane Roar. It's just gone 12 o'clock. He's at the media announcement where he signed a 2-year deal at the Roar coming from next season, starting next season on. So the 2019-2020 season and the 2021-2022 season. But yeah, so it's just officially been announced. I know there's a lot of people saying, yes, finally got a coach, should have been someone else. Or there's like, why he's so inexperienced, why we signed Robbie Fowler. And I'm going to talk to you about why I believe he is a good manager. So for one, let's just talk about his experience. And this is a big talking point. He's gone through and he's got his coaching badges. He's got everything that he needs to be a coach. The only one thing he's missing out on is he hasn't coached a first team squad. He's coached Liverpool. He's like been a part of the Liverpool youth system, coaching them, bringing up some youth players. We've got a lot of youth system players here that have made the squad this season because of injuries and suspensions. Jaron Davis has sort of been forced upon him, but in saying that, I can definitely see Zach Duncan. Dylan Wanzer-Halls was a youth player originally at one stage. Like, we have a lot of youth players coming through that I think that Robbie Fowler should definitely hold on to or give scholarship deals. Isaac Powell as well, another one. But in saying that, he has had some time as like a Muntong United as like a player manager, and he is a good coach. I didn't say he is a good coach. He has been coached by a lot of good coaches. So he's gonna be knowing what they're gonna be bringing to the table, and he's gonna bring his own ideas to the table as well to the Raw. So I believe he's got a lot of experience at the top level as a player. As a manager, he hasn't had that first team quality yet. But in saying that, he's been with a lot of clubs that have had a lot of brilliant coaches. So he's going to be learning stuff from them. He's also brought his mate across, Tony, I can't remember his name, Tony Grant actually, sorry. And he's helped him out work with the youth Liverpool youth squads as well. So that's going to be good for the Raw, having a lot of youth players there bringing that through. He's also got a lot of passion, and he wants to do well. He wants to bring the passion and the free-flowing attacking football that the Raw used to have back to the Brisbane Raw. Because the last few seasons, we're going to be honest, we haven't been good. We don't really look like we had a game plan under Jaron Davis at the time. We look like we have like 3 different game plans. We do a hit the ball over the top and hope. We try to play possession, try to play a counter-attack, and then we just muck the ball around and try to do something else. I feel like Robbie Fowler's going to have his own style of a game that he's going to bring to the Raw. Probably nothing that we haven't seen before. His own type of style. Hopefully similar to Ange's, where there's a lot of free-flowing attacking football. And he's going to be able to... He's talked to a lot of players that he wants to bring in. He knows who he wants to apparently bring in. So he's going to bring his own style, and we're going to hopefully see some exciting transfer news come into the Raw. I mean, he is Robbie Fowler. He is the Liverpool's greatest of all time, arguably. So he's going to have a lot of people that have looked up to him in the past, possibly young Australians or Australians that are playing overseas that are big Liverpool fans that look up to him. Possibly like when Taggart looks up to Aloisi as a striker, he signed because of that. Jim McLaren signed because of Aloisi. That's good. Robbie Fowler's going to have a lot of pulling power in that criteria there, because he's going to be able to bring in some probably good players from overseas, as well as some young Australian players or just Australian players that are quality into the system, into the Raw system, and make it his own team. So obviously next season it's going to be a probably 50-50 squad with him. We've got a lot of players that we have to get rid of, so I feel like he'd probably re-sign a handful of players. I think a lot of players probably be leaving this season. Like, we've seen Matty Mackay and Henrique leaving at the end of the season. 2 club legends. It'll be sad to see them go. I also believe that Tobias Mickelson, probably Botiak, and maybe Alex Lopez could possibly leave. So we possibly could be seeing all different foreign marquee players next year, or foreign players anyway. But yeah, so he's going to be at the game, Robbie Fowler, this week. Obviously, he won't be coaching, but he'll be there. And he's been keeping an eye on the league, and the A-League, and the Raw from overseas. And like, I did wish that this move did come a lot earlier. If the move was official to be starting next season, I feel like he should have come over a little bit more, so then he can be at the training ground, seeing how he plays, seeing how the stadium, seeing the players that he wants to keep and not keep. Because he said you can see so much on the TV, but like in saying that, once you're actually at the stadium or actually at the training ground, you can see our players' movement and runs and their work ethic at training, and if they want to have him at the team. In saying that, it has been a long process to get him in. The Raw obviously believe that he's the right man. He believes he's the right man for the job. So instead of all the negative criteria and the negative criticism that we're giving him before he's even been like at the helm for like less. He's getting negative criticism before he's even got here. We got to give him a chance. Like he's got to have a full preseason. Hopefully, we do something about the injuries. Like I know we did sort out our sporting directors and our conditioning coaches and stuff like that not long ago. But in saying that, there's something that's going to be looked at because so many season-ending injuries this season. So hopefully Fowler can have a preseason without any injuries. Hopefully the back is fully back in and just give him so much money to spend, as obviously salary cap you can't spend too much. And hopefully there's no financial issues, because this season we didn't have any injuries or any, apart from Holland, we didn't have any injuries or anything wrong in preseason. We had a really good preseason, and then once the season started, Moore, Kingett, Devere, all these injuries to first team quality players has happened. So I really hope that Fowler gets the chance he deserves from the fans. For me, I'm fully backing him, and I'm hoping that he does a good job. I believe he will. He definitely has the passion. He wants to succeed in the future as a manager, as a coach. And this is his stepping stone to getting up to those probably top tier levels, because I can imagine probably in his 10-year plan he wants to be managing in the Premier League. So to think that we have a manager starting off and possibly going to that level, who knows? Aloisi could have possibly done that. That's what a lot of people are saying. It's just Aloisi to be V2. But in saying that, we can't criticise him. He's only just come in. Aloisi didn't have any experience before he came in, apart from Melbourne City, or Melbourne Heart back then. But he didn't have a lot of time. At least there was some experience, I guess people are saying. But in saying that, we got to get behind Robbie Fowler, and hopefully he does well for us. But yeah, leave your comments in the comment section below. What you think Robbie Fowler will bring to the team, possible transfer targets you reckon he can bring in, as well as people that he should let go. Just have a massive discussion in the comments, because this is probably going to be a big talking point, especially seeing that fans were so annoyed how long it took. But now we've got our man, we've got Robbie Fowler, so let's all get behind him. See you guys.